In Seoul, just south of the demarcation zone separating North and South Korea, a beautiful woman is photographed with her famous actor boyfriend, Cha Sang-yo. Later, her staff gathers for a meeting to strategize how to handle a potential scandal, suggesting they claim the two are just friends playing a joke. The woman, Yoon Se-ri, laughs it off, showing little concern about a scandal, especially since they've already broken up. Her primary worry is that her earrings, part of a new accessory line her company is promoting, were blurred out in the photos along with her face. Se-ri runs her own successful company, having ventured out on her own years ago. She answers a call from her eldest brother Sejun, who informs her that their father will be released on probation after serving time for unspecified financial crimes. Se-ri abruptly hangs up on him. Meanwhile, Sejun's wife, Hyg, eagerly anticipates Sejun finally being named the heir to their family company, Queen's Corp. The family gathers for a tense dinner, where the underlying motives are clear. Each member is trying to secure favor. Both brothers appear to have their issues. Sejun, the hothead, recently got into a fistfight with the union leader, while Sehyang was recently duped in an investment scam. The tension between them is palpable. Chairman Yu Jung-pyong silences the brothers' squabbling and demands to know why Se-ri hasn't arrived. Se-ri walks in just as the conversation grows tense, offering a terse congratulations to her father on his release before turning to leave. However, Chairman Yu suddenly announces that he wants her to take over the company, and Se-ri freezes as the rest of the family protests. Chairman Yu explains his reasoning. Se-ri struck out on her own 10 years ago and has built a successful business, which impresses him. Her mother and brothers glare at her, but Se-ri accepts the position, much to their dismay. She then asks if she'll have the authority to fire the underqualified CEOs, clearly hinting at her brothers, and Chairman Yu gives her full authority. Se-ri asks for some time, as her company is preparing to launch a new line of extreme sports apparel. Chairman Yu agrees to meet again before the next shareholder meeting, where he plans to announce her appointment. Se-ri, maintaining her usual grace and poise, excuses herself, but her shaken expression betrays the weight of the decision. The following day, Se-ri is in high spirits as she prepares to personally test her company's new paragliding apparel. Her assistant, Secretary Hong, is clearly nervous, but Se-ri reassures him, saying the heights she's about to face are nothing compared to the heights she'll climb in the future. She launches herself into the air, with a film crew documenting her flight. Everything seems fine until a powerful wind picks up. At first, Se-ri laughs as a tractor is lifted into the air, but soon she realizes that a tornado is headed straight for her. Before she can react, the tornado sucks her into its vortex, and everything goes black. Later that night, at the DMZ, Captain Ri Jeong-hyeok and his squad meet a group of South Korean soldiers who have captured 3 men. The men claim to have clearance for hunting, but the South Korean soldiers caught them digging up cultural artifacts, with photographic evidence from CCTV cameras. Jeong-hyeok vows to punish the grave robbers, and both sides lower their weapons, but one of the robbers tries to grab a gun, prompting a brief skirmish. Jeong-hyeok's squad takes the robbers back to their garrison. At the garrison, Officer Jo Chul-kang meets with Jeong-hyeok. Jeong-hyeok reports the grave robbers' capture and mentions that the tornado has knocked over several electric fences. Chul-kang informs him that his squad is being transferred to a new company, and tells Jeong-hyeok to release the robbers. Jeong-hyeok respectfully refuses, keeping his word to punish them. Chul-kang sighs but agrees to let him handle things his way, reminding Jung-hyuk to avoid anything that could threaten the country's security. Out in the field, Jung-hyuk's squad settles in for the night. One soldier, Chiso, offers snake wine to celebrate their last night at the DMZ, while baby-faced Yoon Dong worries about getting caught drinking on duty. Meanwhile, in South Korea, emergency responders rescue the videographers who were filming Se-ri's flight, but Se-ri herself is nowhere to be found. Secretary Hong is beside himself as he watches the sky and asks tearfully how high Se-ri had intended to go. The next morning, Se-ri regains consciousness, still in her paragliding gear, hanging from a tree. Her walkie-talkie fails to get a signal, and she begins shouting for help. Nearby, Jung-hyuk hears the noise. After a call about the tornado's damage to their equipment, Jung-hyuk sends Jomok to assist and goes to investigate the noise. He finds Se-ri and, when she sees him, she assumes he's a South Korean soldier sent to rescue her. However, she quickly notices his North Korean insignia and realizes her mistake. Jung-hyuk orders Se-ri to come down, but she protests, saying it's too high. He cocks his weapon, prompting her to jump down and land right on top of him, clinging to him like a monkey. Se-ri quickly gets off him, and Jung-hyuk asks her name, but she refuses to answer, joking that they've only just met. Se-ri, mistakenly thinking that Jung-hyuk defected to the south, promises not to report him. She insists she just wants to go home, but Jung-hyuk corrects her, saying she's in North Korea, not South Korea. Surprised, Se-ri blurts out, North Korea. He clarifies that they're on the North Korean side of the DMZ. Se-ri nervously explains the tornado blew her here, and Jung-hyuk, somewhat reassured, puts his gun away. Se-ri begins to panic, worrying they might think she's a spy or secret agent. Se-ri decides to escape on her own, but as she runs, Jung-hyuk warns her that she's in a minefield. Se-ri, now holding the upper hand, takes advantage of the situation when Jung-hyuk steps on a live mine, making his shock evident. Se-ri smirks, realizing she's in control, and as Jung-hyuk fumbles, she grabs his walkie-talkie, partially submerging it in water as she leaves him behind. She taunts him, saying she hopes they never meet again, although she admits that he's her type. Jung-hyuk stops her from stepping on another mine and gives her directions to the neutral zone, telling her to veer right once she gets there. They hear Jung-hyuk's squad mate, Kwang-byum, approaching, and Se-ri runs off. Jung-hyuk tells Kwang-byum that a South Korean woman has accidentally ended up in the area and orders any strangers detained unharmed. When Kwang-byum notices Jung-hyuk standing on a mine, he offers to call for help, but Jung-hyuk insists Kwang-byum disarm it himself, even though Kwang-byum has only practiced it once. Se-ri arrives at the spot where Jung-hyuk told her to turn right but hesitates, unsure whether to trust him. We don't see which direction she ultimately chooses, but soon Chisu, who's hungover, mistakenly orders the squad to track her down and shoot her. Chisu spots Se-ri in her bright purple jumpsuit and gives chase, calling for backup when he gets winded. Se-ri leads them through fields, but she eventually reaches another minefield. Jung-hyuk orders his men to go around, but before they can catch up, Se-ri jumps over a fence, with Chisu firing a shot at her. She lands on the other side and heads toward a guard tower, where Jomok, distracted by a South Korean drama, doesn't notice her passing. Se-ri believes she's nearing safety, but as she trips and tumbles down a hill, injuring her knee, she picks herself up and keeps running. She comes close to Yoon Dong, who is reading a letter from home, but he doesn't notice her. In Seoul, Se-ri's family is informed of her disappearance. Hyeji, Sejun's wife, is in the midst of asking her prayer group for help when she gets the call, joyfully celebrating that her prayers have been answered even before she asked. Se-ri's brothers visit the police search site, not out of concern for her, but to prevent the media from catching wind of the situation and causing a drop in stock prices. Meanwhile, Secretary Hong is frantic, demanding the police step up the search. Chairman Yu, watching from his car, notes Secretary Hong's genuine concern for Se-ri. Se-ri's mother, upset, recalls a moment when she followed Se-ri out of the house after Chairman Yu asked Se-ri to take over the company. Se-ri had replied with an odd comment about still calling for her mother when startled, even though she had none. Se-ri, lost and walking in circles, starts marking her trail with vines. Jeong-hyeok and his squad follow her trail after dark, worried that they'll be punished for their negligence. Eventually, Se-ri stumbles into a village and, believing she's almost home, observes the strange sights, villagers gathering for exercises and children marching to school. Signs reading, "Paradise of the People," and "The Great Leader is always with us," make Se-ri realize the horrifying truth: she's still in North Korea. A military vehicle approaches, and Se-ri is nearly blinded by its headlights. She's saved just in time by Jeong-hyeok, who swoops her out of harm's way, standing protectively over her.